Happy Friday to you. I'm Jennifer Bong. Rising labor costs. More on that story later on. But first, a look at your headlines. Fiat Chrysler confirmed today that it's in talks with the parent company of Foxconn to set up a joint venture to build electric cars in China. The Italian-American automaker saying the 50-50 JV would also develop internet-connected vehicles. FCA's statement came after Taiwan's Honhai announced the potential partnership in an exchange filing Thursday. Honhai is the parent company of Foxconn, best known for being the Chinese assembler of Apple iPhones. FCA says it was in the process of signing a preliminary agreement with Honhai. The two companies aim to reach final binding agreements in the next few months. General Motors says it will invest $40 million in its Spring Hill, Tennessee propulsion plant to increase engine capacity for full-size trucks and SUVs. The move will expand the production of the 5.3-liter V8 engine with dynamic fuel management. The engine is used on the Chevrolet Silverado, Tahoe and Suburban, and the GMC Sierra. Also, GM says it will spend $6.7 million to upgrade production systems at its Tonawanda engine plant in New York. Overseas, GM has agreed to sell its assembly plant in India to China's Great Wall Motor. The deal is expected to be completed by the second half of the year and bring to an end GM's manufacturing operations in India. A GM executive says the automaker has been exploring strategic options for the site. A Reuters source says Great Wall is expected to pay about $250 million to $300 million for the factory. And Nissan says 3 employees in senior roles will be punished for their involvement in alleged misconduct by former chairman Carlos Ghosn and executive Greg Kelly. The disclosure was made in a report submitted to the Tokyo Stock Exchange on Thursday. Nissan did not name the employees, their titles, or specific discipline. Under new contracts with the UAW, labor costs for the Detroit 3 automakers will rise steadily over the next 4 years. That, according to a forecast from the Center for Automotive Research. CAR breaks down the numbers in this chart. It estimates that Fiat Chrysler will see the sharpest rise between now and 2023, from $55 per hour to $66 per hour. GM's hourly labor costs will increase from $63 per hour to $71, while Ford's will jump from $61 now to $69. According to labor experts, the rise was to be expected. This despite vows by each automaker heading into the negotiations to keep wages and benefits in check. Art Schwartz, a labor consultant and former GM negotiator, saying, quote, "When the companies are doing well, it makes no sense to expect labor costs aren't going to go up." Schwartz also noting that most of the increases won't hurt the company's long-term health because they're mostly one-time payments. Plus, all 3 automakers are likely to try and counterbalance the added labor costs with improvements in productivity. A company's hourly labor cost includes wages, profit-sharing payments, bonuses, health insurance, and other benefits. The Detroit 3 reached an agreement with the UAW last year on new 4-year contracts. The talks lasted 88 days after the previous contract expired in September, with GM workers on strike for nearly half of that time. Finally, it's Flashback Friday. On this day in 1949, the first Volkswagen Beetle arrived in the United States. VW ended production of the modern Beetle in July. We've reached the end of the newscast. Remember, Autonews.com has your industry update 24/7.